Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, at this time we ask that you please welcome to the stage your Master of Ceremonies, HITEC Board Member, Daryl Higueros.
Good morning, everyone. For those that don't know me, I'm Daryl. I will be your MC for the next couple of days, and so I hope to do justice to all of you. Before we begin, I want to give a big thank you to Thaddeus and Pablo for inviting HITEC back to AT&T. Their support is phenomenal, so thank you very much. We have 350 people attending, of which 50% are new people. So I hope that the experience that you have will encourage you to continue to come and hopefully become sponsors as well. Our first session of the day was the Accenture Women's Breakfast. It's been part of HITEC for the last couple of years, I believe. And this morning, from what I heard, was a fantastic showing again of the attendance, and it was regarding the Getting to Equal research that Accenture has done over the past year. For those that are new to HITEC, there is an ambassador program, and if you would like to get more information on that, I'd encourage you to talk to Susana. It's a great program that will pair you up with some of the HITEC members and kind of walk you through the conference for the next couple of days. I also want to welcome the Cristo Rey kids. I believe we have 4 students. If so, can you please stand up? There you go. A big round of applause, because they are our next generation of HITEC leaders. Thank you. And one more thing for administrative. On the tables, you'll see those little business cards, which is the mobile app, for HITEC, which you will see, the schedule, information on speakers. So please, download that, and that way you can keep track of your time and make sure you don't miss any of the important sessions. With that being said, I also, before we begin the formal program, I do want to give, we're in a transition year, for board and president and whatnot, and Alberto's going to speak a little bit more about that. But I do want to, give our past president a shout out. Andre, where are you? He's not here, but Andre's in attendance, so glad that he's here. Thank you for coming. So now I'm going to bring up the stage Alberto Yepes. Alberto Yepes is the managing director of Trident Capital and joined the firm in 2008. He's an experienced investor and serial entrepreneur, actively investing in IT security, enterprise software, and mobility. But most importantly, he is the chairman of HITEC, and glad to have him here with us. Thank you. Alberto?
Hello. Can you hear me? Good morning. Buenos dias. What a great opportunity we have today, tomorrow, and we had yesterday to be together in a tremendous time in our industry. Technology is becoming increasingly important, and the general theme of innovation, transformation through innovation, is going to permeate the whole conference. I feel privileged to be part of the industry. I feel privileged to be part of HITEC. And since 50% of you are not familiar with HITEC and it's your first time being in a meeting, I just want to revise some of the basics. HITEC is a volunteer organization. We, the board, all the programs, all the different things that make it possible, our sponsors are done by volunteers. So we don't have really, we're trying to grow into a much more formal organization. That's what Daryl was talking about. But I want to thank every single one of the people who have been involved in trying to put these summits together. I also want to give a big shout out to our board. We had a 3-hour board meeting yesterday. And we have committees that are beginning to drive some of the strategy. We have a programs committee that is not only reviewing what EEP program is, the emerging executive program, but how we want to take it to the next level. We have another program that is getting our membership to be able to take some of us into board of directors, public boards. Thanks to KPMG, we established the first board fit program. We're going to add it to the board general board awareness so that everybody knows what it takes to be in a board of directors, and then aspires to be in one of them, and also a program for the people that will have in the next 18 months or so to be able to be recruited to be able to do that. And a lot of these programs are because we are very cognizant that our customer, who's the customer of HITEC, is our members. And our goal, and why is HITEC in existence, is because we want to build a pipeline of the next generation technology leaders that happen to be Hispanic and Latinos. So this room is full of leaders. This room is people that are trying to advance their career. They are role models to many. That's the reason why you are here, either by your own sponsorship or the sponsorship of your company, but also we have a big duty to give back. The mantra in HITEC has always been, yes, we're the next generation leaders and we will celebrate success, like tonight we're going to celebrate success in the HITEC 50, but also we also not only want to help with the professional and executive development of each one of our members, but we all have the responsibility to give back. Just remember, as you were growing up, there were people in your family, but also people in the companies that gave you a chance. There were mentors that made a big difference for you. And the whole Emerging Executive Program wouldn't be possible without the mentors. And Marie is going to talk about the program and how we have more than 50 people that are volunteering their time to mentor the next generation leaders. So just think about HITEC. It's an organization building the next generation of technology leaders, building that pipeline. We have a responsibility because somebody has afforded us the positions that we're in today, but we also have the big responsibility to help grow the next pipeline. And I encourage all of you to get engaged with each one of the programs and also be mentors and so on. So we have a couple of days with full agenda, and it will be great. Let me just give you quickly, I think we have some slides. We couldn't do this without the sponsors. I'm not going to go in each one of them, but yesterday we welcomed 4 new sponsors. They are coming in and trying to support. Of course, we couldn't do this without AT&T. And I joked always to Thaddeus, this is the 3rd time we're here in Dallas. The first time we filled a room, there was probably an 8th of these. And the reason why we're here and not in AT&T headquarters is AT&T doesn't have a room big enough to accommodate us. So, and also the other thing I tell Thaddeus is, every time we come to Dallas, you change roles. He was the CIO of AT&T at the time. The last time we came in, he was promoted to be the CEO of AT&T Mexico, and now he's the CEO of AT&T Business, Enterprise, and International, so increased responsibility. So I'm not sure what's going to happen next, if we're going to hold another AT&T summit and where he's going to be. But thankful to Pablo for raising the hand and working with AT&T, and all the AT&T employees that have made this possible. Yesterday, if you attended the session, it was a great innovation setup that they had, and we'll have it throughout the day. I highly recommend you to stop. It's the next generation technology for first responders, healthcare, and all that, and I'll let Pablo talk about that in more detail. Again, welcome a few new sponsors. Among them were United Airlines. We had Marathon Oil, and I'll probably do a bad service because somebody has Mass Mutual, and a couple of them that continue to grow. So HITEC has grown year over year, quarter over quarter. We've gone 30% higher in terms of sponsorships and also in terms of attendance. I think in total, we had 300 plus people here, but in total, there will be about 400 and change attending the actual sessions. And these are the platinum sponsors, many of them recognized as corporations of the year. Let me quickly go through that. We also have a great set of speakers. I feel humble that a lot of people are taking that time. You're going to learn a lot about transformation. I'm not going to highlight any specific ones, but you're going to have a lot of insights, both in the forms of fireside chats, where we get close and personal, both in terms of panels, which many of the HITEC participants are sharing their own experiences. Also, we have TED Talks, where people come in and specialize in specific areas, so give the ability to share some specific experiences. Part of our goal is to get each one of you to be recognized for your skill set. So if you are passionate about a topic, if you are wanting to be a TED Talk speaker, please, there's an events committee. Ileana is the chair of that committee. Contact anybody of the people that have a board and say, I'd like to be a speaker, I have a theme. And the way the agendas get put together is, of course, we have a big agenda for the conference, but at the same time, we're always trying to bring a unique perspective. But part of you being a leader is being comfortable and being in front of the stage and sharing your experiences. So we're trying to do our best to highlight and distribute that ability to be in front of an audience and also being comfortable and trying to speak to your successes and your skill sets. So great agenda. So without further ado, I was supposed to recognize the new board members. Let me ask all of you to get up and as a slate. Daryl Higueros, Miriam Hernandez-Cackle, Jesse Cortez, Monica McManus, and Lucia Suarez. They just joined us and they're part of the new slate. And also recognize the fact that we have 3 of our former board members that are pretty active, some of them with the foundation and others, Andrea Arbeláez, David Olivencia, and Ricardo Bartra, which I seen during the reception and so on. Thank you for your service and continued support of the organization. So without further ado, I want to introduce Anne-Marie. Many of you know her, besides her responsibilities at Cisco and being Councilman is a very experienced marketing professional. She's adopted us to drive one of the cornerstones of our success, which is the Executive Emerging Program. Marie start coming up on the stage. And I think without her leadership, without her commitment, once again, it's a volunteer role, and she spends probably more time in EE program than Cisco. Don't tell that to G. But anyway, thank you for your service, and please welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Buenos dias. And for the German, my friend, Guten Tag, Guten Morgen. There we go. So thank you for being here today. And as Alberto said, I think I've adopted you. I think you guys have adopted me too. So this is my 5th cohort with the Emerging Executive Program. And I'll talk a little bit about the program, as well as what we did yesterday in our in-person kickoff session. So for those that don't know, the purpose of the program is to develop that rising Latino talent in IT, and to have the executives that we have, these wonderful mentors and executives at HITEC, to pull them up and bring them up, and kind of take them under their wing and foster their growth and their development. So what is the Emerging Executive Program, and for short, EEP? So it's a 9-month cohort, kicks off in February. We start taking applications in the fall, so keep an eye out for that. And depending on what the level of sponsorship with the company is, the number of mentees you can put in the program. So we kick off in February, and we host monthly webinars. The mentees, the emerging executives, get assigned a mentor, so they have a one-on-one relationship with a HITEC executive. They also then meet monthly for the webinars that we host, anywhere from soft skills, executive presence, to topics in IT. You know, how to talk about finance in IT, how to figure out the budgets in your organization, et cetera. So we have this amazing, sessions that we host, usually about 8 or 9 of them. And we do those all virtually, leveraging our Cisco technology. So I put the plug in, G. Then we did an in-person kickoff yesterday. So we do an in-person kickoff at the Spring Summit, and then we graduate in the October-November Summit as well. And we have a small graduation. We do a full-day leadership session as well, with all kinds of different speakers from this amazing community as well. This year, we're doing something special around our regional groups in that mentoring program, and we're tying it to the HITEC Foundation. So we're having 52 new ambassadors for the HITEC Foundation, which is the number of mentees in the program. And I'll talk a little bit more about the program, but they're going to focus on bringing the awareness of the scholarships, the internships, and the mentoring program when these students receive the scholarships, and who's going to foster them through the college experience. So we're letting them, kind of giving them free rein to come up with some ideas and plans and to execute. Sometime by November, they'll have a baked plan and hopefully running with something already. So really excited, and we'll share more of that at the November Summit. And then we stay connected through LinkedIn groups. We stay connected now through a LinkedIn group and trying to leverage technology to keep everybody in touch as well. So yesterday we have 52 mentees in the program, 52 emerging executives. We had about 70 people in the room yesterday. We had about 10 mentors that were there as well. And we kicked off at 9 a.m. And we had a great day. So we talked a bit about the foundation. We had Ricardo Bartra, who sits on the foundation board, do an introduction, as well as Susana Ramirez, who's the director for the foundation, and kind of gave an overview of the vision, the mission of what they do. Then we had some great speakers throughout the day. We had Juan Flores from AT&T talk about managing through adversity and his experience as a Latino in corporate America and some of the struggles that he went through. We did our team breakout exercise around the foundation. We had Fernando Rosario, who's I know somewhere in the room, and he's going to speak, I believe, in one of the sessions tomorrow morning around communications with the C-suite, how to effectively communicate. And we got some great reviews about the session. So it was very dynamic and great. And then we had Jorge Tittinger, who's also a great sponsor and board member, former board member of HITEC, who also presented on the 4 zones of IT and kind of closed the day for us. So that was what we do every kickoff, change the topics around a bit, kind of make it more customized to that particular cohort and what they're interested in. And the last slide, there we go, if we get the technology. I wanted to thank our sponsors. So we rely on our sponsors. So if anybody has interest on being a speaker, you have a topic that you think would be a great topic for our mentees, please come talk to me, because we're always looking for fresh content. We're always looking for a new face and somebody to bring a fresh perspective to the group. So I want to thank AT&T, first of all, for hosting us yesterday at AT&T headquarters. And Thaddeus, really appreciate all your help, as well as Pablo Salazar, so thank you very much. Cisco as well for giving me the time to be here and to run the program and to continue to support me through it. Executive Path, which is Fernando Rosario's company that did the exec communications and Tittinger Consulting. So thank you very much, because it wouldn't be possible with these sponsors as well. And that was last year's cohort. We need to get the picture. We need like a wide lens for this year's cohort. But yeah, so thank you very much.